Today on the Topping Show, Bud Light CEO says it's the boycotters' fault his employees are suffering. Supreme Court bans affirmative action in colleges. Michigan to ban the First Amendment. Dylan Mulvaney speaks out about the Bud Light fiasco. Alcohol is banned at the Paris Olympics unless you're rich. Nike misses their Q4 profit goals. The first EV bike adopts a Tesla plug. Eli Lilly to buy Cyclone Therapeutics. Overstock.com is now BedBathAndBeyond.com. Snapchat Plus hits 4 million users. Supreme Court backs religious freedoms, and aspartame may cause cancer. All that and much, much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say, he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, can need a little assistance, you reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Now, going on to the culture part of the podcast, you have alcohol being banned at the Paris Olympics. Now, this is for many reasons, one of which is known as the Elvin's Law, which began in 1991, and that bans the sale of booze to the general public in France's sporting stadiums, which I did the research for you. France does have sports. I know it sounds unfathomable, but they apparently do have sports teams with sports balls, in addition to maybe the cycling. They have the Tour de France. That's Tour de France, baguettes, smoking, Bugatti, Goodyear. That's France. Although Bugatti, some might argue, is German because they're owned by Volkswagen Group. I digress. So they actually do have some sports teams over there, and when you look into it, there are exceptions that are allowed, but the spokesperson for the organization committee for the Olympic Games, fancy title, they told Reuters during an interview that they didn't seek one, citing that the sheer number of events across the 2-week event, or across the 2 weeks they'll be held, which I cannot imagine. In America, I don't think people can fathom a sports ball game without copious amounts of booze. Unless you own the team, then you're really invested and you want to see the outcome. But it's one of those things where in the United States, alcohol is synonymous with sports these days. And it's fascinating that a whole country would be against that. Now, they also continue to note with the interview with Reuters that, quote, Paris 2024 will be organizing more than 700 competition sessions over 15 days of competition. Now, the loophole where I say if you have the money, you can get the booze, there is not really a loophole, it's just quite literally a separate set of rules for a separate venue. Now, the separate venue are the hospitality areas. Now, France has different laws around hospitality. It's a different industry and a different set of rules parameters. Although, simply said, it's basically a tent you pay to enter. You see this in the United States. What comes to mind, since I run a lot, is the half marathon and full marathon events. You can pay more to be part of the club, and you get to go to this fancy white tent. I think you get extra swill of beer and some t-shirt or something. But it's just, you're just paying for a premium experience that some people enjoy. So you can have booze in Paris, but you have to be part of that cool white tent club. But time shall tell to see if this has any impact on the sport in and of itself. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Can't thank you enough for taking time to like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things greatly helps out the channel, especially feedback. Appreciate the critical feedback, as I always try to take that into account to make the channel, the videos better and better and better. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.